Hello everyone and welcome to Martinsville for the Advanced Auto Parts 500 race number 8 of 36 on the season. We still have a while to go before the chase, but the point standings are definitely looking big with Kurt Busch right now still your points leader. Right now, Tony Stewart will be starting on pole for today, and Matt Kobaluk in the 09, in only his third start for Phoenix Racing, will be starting on the outside of row 1. A K&N driver, a short track ace, could be good for him this weekend. And behind them, you got Ryan Newman and Jeff Gordon in row 2. Jeff Burton and Scott Riggs take up row number 3, with Matt Kenseth and Kurt Busch in row 4. Bobby Labonte and Scott Wimmer, your top 10. Johnny Sauter sits 11th, with Dale Earnhardt Jr. 12th. Mark Martin 13th, and Jimmy Johnson 14th. Kevin Harvick 15th, and Jamie Max 16th, with Michael Waltrip, Dale Jarrett in row 9, and Jeremy Mayfield and Ward Burton rounding out the top 20. Greg Biffle starts 21st, and a great run by Shauna Robinson. It looks like her qualifying much better than her race finishes. She also started inside the top 25 at Texas last week. Back in 23rd is Rusty Wallace, and 24th Ricky Rudd. 25th Boris Said, still subbing for the injured Joe Nemechek and Elliott Sadler 26th. Ken Schrader, Sterling Marlin 27th and 28th. 29th Matt Crafton. He does not have that many races left in the 31. Robbie Gordon will be back in just another 4 weeks. Alongside him, Terry Labonte. Ricky Craven and Martin Truex Jr. in the back half of the field with Brian Vickers and Kyle Petty. You also have Dave Blaney and Brendan Gaughan sitting at the back with Tony Raines, John Andretti, and then the 4 that had to point their way in: Casey Kane, Jeff Green, Derek Cope, and David Stremme, who is subbing for the injured Casey Mears. It's going to be a 100-lap race today at Martinsville, so it should be a long one and a bit of a slog, as Martinsville, the tight corners don't allow for too much passing, so you'll be seeing some of the bumpers and some dive bombs being used to pick up some points for this race. Let's go ahead and see. We'll be getting ready for the commands to fire the engines. Thank you guys for tuning into this race. Let's get down to business here at Martinsville.
Drivers, start your engines.
And the roar of 42 engines come alive here at Martinsville. And it will start out with the pace car leading us down, and you can see all 42 cars will be rolling off down around this half-mile long paper clip. 42 cars, how many of them will be clean at the end? How many of them will be racing at the end? That is the big question, but there are all 42 as they roll off. We'll have to see who will be able to win today at Martinsville. Tony Stewart with Joe Gibbs Racing looking to keep this hot streak alive that they've had since race 3 when Tony won. He is also up here with Bobby Labonte. Coming in to turn 3 and 4. Restarts also a problem because of these tight corners. You'll see 2 and 3 wide right away on these restarts, but we'll see how that will last. Coming down to get the green flag. We are racing. Green flag's in the air, and Tony Stewart gets out to the early jump. Into second, Matt Kobaluk is going to be on that outside line. Ryan Newman moves down on the inside, and he's going to take that spot away from Matt Kobaluk. You see the field a bit spread out further back, 2 and 3 wide already, just as we said. But Newman and Kobaluk battling for that second position has allowed Tony Stewart to jump out to the early lead right now. We'll go ahead and take a quick flyby down the front straightaway as they go. All 42 cars rushing around here at Martinsville. Coming through the corner, I'm getting word that Mark Martin has some issues on that 6 car. No, I don't think anything is wrong with him. He's still up here inside the top 14 right now to the inside of Jimmy Johnson. Back up front, though, it is now Matt Kobaluk who's dropped to 3rd, Jeff Burton 4th, Jeff Gordon coming up into 4th, and 5th, and Matt Kenseth diving to the inside of that 24. That's going to be a spot for that 5th position. Give that to the Roush Racing Ford of Matt Kenseth. Look further back, Johnny Sauter in this 30. He's going to have to try to dive around in front of Dale Jr., and these guys almost got together, but Johnny Sauter, the rookie, he's struggling in the Rookie of the Year points and the point standings for Richard Childress Racing. He could be on. He could have a chance of losing his ride, especially with Matt Crafton and Robbie Gordon going to have to fight for that 31, and Tony Raines just newly signed to that 33. What will RCR do? But right now it is Tony Stewart out in front with Joe Gibbs Racing. Gibbs entered the number 11 this weekend, but with the rookie Denny Hamlin, that would have been his first Cup Series start, but he DNQ'd the race, so that's a hard break for that team. Tony Stewart right now out in front. Let's get a flyby coming off of turn number 2 right away here at Martinsville, so you can see all 42 cars still making it around this track. A few guys have gotten single file further back, and you see 3 wide off of the corner with Casey Kane, Kyle Petty, those guys fighting hard. But Ryan Newman in that 12 car, he's the one trying to get up here and pass Tony Stewart. at the last short track we ran, Bristol. It was a crash fest, and it was Ryan Newman who was able to take home the victory there. Now he is going to be all over the back of Tony Stewart in this battle for the race lead, but look back in third, Jeff Burton. Matt Kenseth back to the inside of Gordon, so Gordon might have his hands full with Roush today as you see Jeff Burton, Matt Kenseth, and Kurt Busch all up inside this top 6. Matt Kobaluk continuing to drop back in that 09, but the battle is up here for the race lead between Tony Stewart and Ryan Newman. Down into the corner. The 12 is going to dive down to the inside, and he's just trying to get a better run on Stewart. It's still about a car length between the two of them. Jeff Burton, Matt Kenseth, Jeff Gordon, the rest of your top 5 with Kurt Busch. Then Bobby Labonte, Matt Kobaluk, Scott Riggs, and Dale Jr. A great qualifying run for Scott Riggs today for MB2 Motorsports. Joe Nemechek in the 01 starting a bit further back than MB2 would like, but Scott Riggs trying to keep the team alive here. He's still now just going to drop outside of the top 10. Still early on. We got a long race to go. There's Scott Wimmer, Johnny Sauter, Kevin Harvick, Michael Waltrip almost getting together. The rest of the field, you see Shauna Robinson sitting inside that top 20, and the rest of the field as they go back. Brian Vickers, Casey Kane, David Stremme all trying to make their way up to the front. As Brendan Gaughan, you see there in that 77, he's 42nd. A terrible season so far for Brendan Gaughan in this 77 team. He's missed one race. He's finished outside of the top 35 3 times this season, and he has one DNF. So the 77 team definitely going to have to change their look at this race and this season, possibly by getting rid of Brendan Gaughan. Out in front, though, Stewart and Newman, you see the distance is only about a straightaway between the back of the field and the front of the field, with Tony Stewart and Ryan Newman starting to pull away and launch away from this field. Now 2.41 seconds over Matt Kenseth. Jeff Burton now getting shuffled to the outside. And you see Roush Racing is 3rd, 5th, and 6th. A great run today right off the bat. For them, still only 11 laps of 100 complete, so we will be here for a little bit of time. We'll see how that race continues on. But there's Matt Kobaluk in that 09. Let's just talk about him. He was brought up from the K&N series, or the Busch West, whatever it was, back in 2004. I do not have that. You can ask Peter in chat. But the 09 of Phoenix Racing had Johnny Benson in this car for the first few races of the season and did pretty well. Johnny Benson was inside the top 20 in points, but he now is kind of shoved out for the rookie Matt Kobaluk in this 09. And Kobaluk has been a bit of an issue to some drivers. At the start of this race, he was already holding him up. He went back to the outside and has dropped back now to 8th, which it looks to be a good place for him. But at Bristol, his debut race, he wrecked almost all of the Hendrick cars. The 09 team definitely hoping that their luck will be able to twist around, especially with the 2nd place start today at Martinsville. Now Tony Stewart pulling away from Ryan Newman once again. Newman back there in 2nd, Kenseth 3rd. We'll go ahead and get another flyby off the corner, and this will give a better view of how far these cars are spaced out. Mark Martin trying to get himself inside the top 10. You see Scott Wimmer in that 22, the rookie. He's trying to make some moves, so with Johnny Sauter in the 30. Shauna Robinson up there in that top 20. Still a great run for the competitive Edge Racing team, who has struggled to make races this season. First battle on track, Mark Martindale Jr., that is for that 10th position, and now Roush will have 4 of their 5 cars up inside the top 10 if they can make this pass. Definitely a powerhouse to be reckoned with here at Martinsville and all season long, with Kurt Busch being a dominant driver. Caution is now out on the track, and we'll see a couple cars spinning. Ward Burton and the 0 team is the car that wrecked around. Tony Stewart's going to have to come back around. Hope he could get through it. Kind of hits Ken Schrader and Ward Burton there, but they should be able to slow it down getting into the corner. A lot of cars damaged. Brian Vickers and the 25 team, his day is now done, so Hendrick has not been off to the strong foot with their rookie this season, Brian Vickers. That's going to be the end of Vickers' day. As well as you see the rest of the field, they're going to be lining up 2 and 3 wide. Of course, they just got to try to bunch themselves together on this slow track. Ward Burton pulling down onto pit road, and it looks like with pit road open, it does not look like anyone will be coming down to take those pit stops. We'll get you guys a replay of that, and back to the green flag here. Ken Schrader, it looks like, also was involved, and Jeff Green just runs into the back of Brendan Gaughan. Ward Burton pulls into his pit box. Let's go ahead and get a replay of what happened to bring out this caution. So Ward is back here in the 24th position. You see he's just kind of mid-pack driving with these guys. Joe Nemechek in the 01 gets his nose down to the inside of the 0 car, and he's just going to spin him off of the corner. That's Boris said, not Joe Nemechek. I apologize. Ken Schrader hits the 0. Casey Kane as well, and Brian Vickers tried to get through it. Nowhere to go. We'll get another angle looking at Brian Vickers in this crash, but Ward Burton with some heavy damage as well. We're going to go on board the rookie from Hendrick Motorsports. As you see, just up ahead, about 5 cars ahead is that 0 car, and they're just going to go spinning around down to the inside. Vickers tries to get down. The 0 turns back into him. You see Kane also try to finish off Ken Schrader there, but heavy damage to the 25 is going to end his day here in the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race at Martinsville. Let's go ahead and get you guys back to the green flag. Oh, hi. Hi, Crafton and Blaney. Where are you going? We'll just let them pace around here so we can have some time to talk. Couple cars went down pit road. Ricky Craven, Tony Raines, the 33 and 32. 2 of the cars down pit road, as well as Jeremy Mayfield. Don't know if that's for scheduled pit stops or not. David Stremme is stopped on the inside of the track. So the 41 finally making a race on points. And his day's just about done. A couple cars going to be diving now down to the inside. It looks like they might be lining up to go back 1 lap down or trying to get shuffled back up. Martinsville is a pretty tough track to get your stuff going. And it looks like another car, Derek Cope, trapped on the grass further down there. Lights on the pace car are going to go out. We'll see what will happen right here. But Tony Stewart, Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth, Jeff Gordon, and Kurt Busch are your top 5. There goes the 14 of John Andretti. It looks like they're all trying to still get back up there and get a couple guys back on the lead lap that should be on the lead lap. So some hectic running here at Martinsville. You see Brendan Gaughan will be 1 lap down, and that's 77. You see there Ward Burton, Ken Schrader bringing themselves back up as well, but you see the top 10 just right there. Matt Kobaluk still inside this top 10. Brian Vickers the only car out. Ricky Craven and Brendan Gaughan 2 laps down. A bunch of cars 1 lap down. Coming on down to take the green flag, Tony Stewart in the 20, Ryan Newman in the 12. Green flags back in the air here at Martinsville. 21 of 100 laps complete. Tony Stewart pulls down into the race lead. Newman, Kenseth, Gordon now stuck on the outside around these lap cars. You see Matt Kobaluk going way up the track there. Now Brendan Gaughan going to have to deal with Ward Burton all over the back of him. Let's hope these guys can make it clean off the corner. We'll go ahead and take a flyby as everyone's going to pull away. Newman and Stewart clear of the lap cars, 2 and 3 wide further back, a bit spread out further back just because of how these restarts are. David Stremme bringing that 20 back out. No word on what happened to him. But the 41, not the 20. And now Ryan Newman. Newman's going to take an unscheduled pit stop there, and he dives on down. This could be a strategy call for Ryan Newman, or this could be plain stupid. Ken Schrader now going to get spun around by Kurt Busch. Matt Kobaluk just going to dodge it. Greg Biffle kind of got a piece of it. Might have been timed perfectly by Ryan Newman. He's going to go down pit road. Now Casey Kane, Dale Jarrett getting together. And now you know the saying, cautions breed cautions. And at this tight of a track, it's going to be something big to see in this race. Tony Stewart leads us back around. He will be able to clear. The question is, will he be able to slow down in time to get through these lappers? It looks like he will be, unless he gets stuck on the apron. Rest of the field going around. So another pile up there with the number 49 getting turned while he was trying to get out of the leader's way. There's Derek Cope coming back up on track. Tony Stewart will be picked up by the lap cars. There you see Derek Cope in the 50. He will line back up with Matt Kenseth, Brendan Gaughan, but he's not giving them a lot of room. What a job he's doing. And it looks like a couple guys further back are fighting each other. We'll just skip that for a little bit. But Tony Stewart's staying out as well. Gordon is going to bring it in. So Stewart and Kenseth stay out. Gordon, Labonte, Johnson, they're all going to bring it on in. And the rest of the field almost. Everyone's coming back down pit road. Couple cars staying out. Those are lap cars. Elliott Sadler is going to stay out as well. Casey Kane stays out. Shauna Robinson playing strategy with Matt Crafton as well. A bunch of cars, though, are coming down pit road, so this could be interesting to see. You see at the back, these guys might even fall a lap down just because of how short the Martinsville pit road is. So we'll go ahead and take the pit road cam. You see Matt Koboluk's crew is going to start going to work on the Phoenix Racing 09. This could be a career day for this team, but everyone else is now down pit road taking 4 tires, it looks like. So this could become definitely a big strategy race with Ryan Newman. He is back out on track. Jeff Gordon's going to pull out first. Jimmy Johnson second. Jeff Burton. No, Koboluk's going to beat him out. Then Burton, Labonte, Martin, Kurt Busch, McMurray, Riggs, and Jr. And a lot more cars are going to be trapped a lap down. Again, this pit crew, or this pit road, is very, very slow and very small. It takes a long time to get around here down the pit road, and another 15-second pit stop. All these cars are going to be trapped a lap down, so the chaos that is on short tracks, a lot of cars going to be trapped a lap down for this restart, so that's going to make a chaotic rest of this race. And right now, Tony Stewart out in the race lead. Ryan Newman is out. There was a tire issue on the 12 car, and he goes from second now to the end of the race. A tire problem on the 12 will take him out of the Martinsville event, so that will put 2 cars, Brian Vickers and Ryan Newman, now out of this race. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened to Ken Schrader to bring out this caution. So just coming through the corner, it's not going to be much. He tries to give Kurt Busch a bit of room on the inside, but it looks like Kurt just comes up a little high. Schrader was just doing his best to get out of the way, and Kurt is going to get into the back of him, spins the 49 around. He is slow. He has some damage, so that is an issue for the 49, the BAM Racing team. Great job right here by Matt Koboluk. Just gets down to the inside. Greg Biffle, Rusty Wallace throwing the brakes on. Rusty's kind of trying to keep out of everyone. Nice job by Shauna Robinson getting through. Boris said, look at him go all the way to the apron almost. He drives past it. And Ryan Newman, that is the end of his day. You see that 12 going down pit road. So let's go ahead and go back to the green flag here at Martinsville. Wow, we will be right at the green flag. Look at all these lap cars. Of course, Martinsville, a long track for pit stops. Shauna Robinson up here in third. The top 7 did not pit under that caution. Tony Stewart with some rear end damage. I think that's just from stack-ups here. Martinsville, not the best track to race at. Tony Stewart coming around to take the green flag once again. Brendan Gaughan leading this train is not going to do them anything. Green flag back in the air. Tony Stewart is going to lead him down. Brendan Gaughan is going to dive to the inside. He's looking for that lap back. Matt Kenseth right there. They are 3 wide further back with Kevin Harvick on the inside. Harvick wants to get his lap back, and he's been doing everything around Michael Waltrip. Shauna Robinson's 51. Look at her up in third. A great day for her. Scott Wimmer and Boris Sednow 3 wide. This is crazy here at Martinsville. 2 and 3 wide. 2x2 train all the way back here. So it's crazy. Brendan Gaughan now looking for that lap back around Tony Stewart. Actually, one of his 2 laps back. And now Brendan's going to pull it down pit road. So it looks like something else amiss on that 77 car. We'll get another flyby through the corner so you can see if everyone can make it cleanly off of these corners. And they will for right now. 2 and 3 wide still. Crazy chaos in the back. But they're still racing. Now Kenseth back in second. He right now sits second. But again, Shauna Robinson up here in third. The pit strategy. She will have to pit soon, but still getting that TV time, getting them sponsorship dollars for the negotiationseminar.com, number 51 for Competitive Edge Racing. What a day she's having here at Martinsville. Elliott Sadler in that 38, he is sitting in the 4th position. Now going to drop behind Boris Said. And Matt Crafton, again, Robbie Gordon is set to come back for the All-Star Race weekend. He is medically cleared for the race before, but RCR is going to sit him out just for that race so he can heal. The 31 car, Matt Crafton, there's been rumors of letting Crafton run the full season in the 31 and putting Robbie Gordon either on the free agency list or in that number 33. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen with Matt Crafton and this 31 team. Casey Kane right now sits in 6th. Jimmy Johnson, that is your first car on the lead lap that pitted under that cycle. So he is now taking that 7th position. Jeff Burton also moving up. Terry Labonte getting real sideways off the corner. There's Matt Koboluk in the 09. He's still up here in the battle for these lead lap spots. Greg Biffle, Bobby Labonte going side by side further back. Mark Martin now going 3 wide and 3 wide further back with Jamie McMurray, Jeff Green, Scott Riggs. They are 3 wide, drag racing it down the back straightaway. So crazy things happening here at Martinsville. And the last car on the lead lap, let's take a look. That is Scott Riggs in that 10. One car was down pit road. I don't know who that was. Brendan Gaughan back out on track. But now Matt Kenseth is set to chase down Tony Stewart in this battle. We'll see what'll happen. between these guys. Kevin Harvick also a lap down with Michael Waltrip. They're fighting. And third, Shauna Robinson. A great day for her. But let's go back up and take a look at the gap as it closes between Tony Stewart and Matt Kenseth. So Kenseth has brought it down to 1.17 seconds, trying to close it down even more. But Tony Stewart, he's going to be a hard driver. A hard driver to pass at Martinsville, a very strong short track racer, and he lets his tempers get the best of him, so you'll see some aggressive blocking between him and that 17. Look at the rest of the field, just lap down counters there, but Matt Kenseth is definitely coming against this 20 car. Kenseth could be right on his back bumper soon. This could be a battle for the lead. We'll be seeing shortly. 38 of 100 laps complete. We're getting to halfway point in just 12 laps. So still a long way to go here at Martinsville. Kevin Harvick's going to walk it pretty wide. It looks like he slowed down a bit ahead of Matt Kenseth, and Kenseth has now dropped it to 0.67 seconds. So that's he's halved the distance between him and Tony Stewart. There's Brendan Gaughan. The rest of the field, look at that, 2 and 3 wide, just a pack back here. If we get into lap traffic before a caution, this is going to be crazy for those race leaders to get through. Jeremy Mayfield now taking it 3 wide with Derek Cope and Dave Blaney, and this could be a day for a lot of underdogs. Matt Kobaluk up here inside the top 10. Or could be inside the top 10. Shauna Robinson, again, we're just hoping that fuel strategy can last on this 51. She might be able to take home a top 10. But Tony Stewart, Matt Crafton, the battle is, or Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth, the battle is starting to heat up here. Tony Stewart over Matt Kenseth, but Harvick and Waltrip pressuring that 17 to keep pushing it. Again, Kenseth, Stewart, both of these guys did not pit under that last pit cycle. Harvick and Waltrip did, so they have some fresher tires. Stewart and Kenseth have not pitted at all this race. But he is there. Kenseth is getting pushed. Now Harvick trying to maybe even spin the 17 out. And we're going to look for a battle for the race lead. No, Kevin Harvick wants his lap back. So he's just going to dive right to the inside of that 17. You also have Michael Waltrip going to work to the inside of Kenseth. So the lap traffic coming in forward and backward here. Kevin now going down to the inside, looking for Tony Stewart. Matt Kenseth dropping behind Michael Waltrip. So Kenseth, I think, is just going to let those two race Tony. Maybe they'll get into him and give Kenseth that race lead. But Harvick, aggressive driver as well. He's going to look to the inside, kind of push Tony through the corner. Now Harvick's on the apron. Caution is out, and it's David Stremme in the 41 going around. So that race for the win is going to be soured by another caution. David Stremme, the car to go around. This time, the 41 has had a lot of problems. Another spin. That's Matt Crafton in the 31. Gets spun coming back, racing back to the line. So that is a lot of cars getting in that. Tony Stewart out in front, going to hit Kevin Harvick a little bit. But it is David Stremme in that 41. He goes around once again. Casey Mears, of course, injured at Darlington in that number 41. They're all just going to stack up again. Martinsville is so great, guys. Tony Stewart's going to bring it down pit road. He runs it into the pit wall. What is happening? Matt Kenseth, Shauna Robinson, Elliott Sadler on it. It looks like most everyone who did not pit under that caution. Jimmy Johnson coming back in. Matt Kobaluk, Kurt Busch as well. Matt Crafton, Terry Labonte, McMurray and Jr. further back. They're going to bring it on down pit road. And the rest of the field, it looks like going to stay out. Even David Stremme, which could be an interesting strategy call there after he has now flat spotted those tires. The race lead does now go to, who will be the race leader? It will be Jeff Burton. After a struggling season for this 99 team, he'll be in the race lead. But we'll go ahead and take a look as that 20 team goes to work on that car. Matt Kobaluk bringing himself back down to the attention of his crew, looking like he might just try to play the leader's strategy. But Tony Stewart now going to get out. It looks like 4 tires for him. Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, Shauna Robinson, Elliott Sadler, Kurt Busch, Casey Kane, Jimmy McMurray, Matt Kobaluk. All of these drivers are going to stay out, or are going to come in and stay on the lead lap. So a great job by them. It looks like if you want to stay on the lead lap, you better go in when the pits are not that busy. Every single one of those drivers is going to stay on the lead lap. But it is Jeff Burton in the race lead. Jeff Gordon in second. Mark Martin going to give him a little love tap in third. Bobby Labonte fourth. And the 10 of Scott Riggs sits fifth. Let's go ahead and get a replay. What happened to David Stremme? Oh, Stremme's down pit road. So Stremme is in the 37th position, a few laps down here. Martin Truex Jr. in that 1 is going to be right up behind him. His teammate Jamie McMurray right in front of him. But let's see, Stremme just goes into the corner. It looks like he drives it in a bit wide. Truex is going to get the shove from Jr., and the 41 is just going to get turned around off the bumper of Martin Truex. The 41 goes around, but they keep it straight. Caution is still out for David Stremme, the driver in only his 2nd career start in the Cup Series. So let's go ahead and get back to the green flag here at Martinsville. Lights on the pace car do go out, and per 2004 rules, this restart is going to be insane because now we have 5 lap cars lining up, 10 lap cars actually ahead of Jeff Burton. So the 99 of Jeff Burton, he will be first. Jeff Gordon in second. Mark Martin third. Bobby Labonte fourth, and Scott Riggs fifth. Tony Stewart is sixth. Matt Kenseth seventh. Jimmy Johnson eighth. Shauna Robinson ninth. Sadler 10th. And Kobaluk, Busch, Casey Kane, Jamie McMurray, Matt Crafton, Terry Labonte, Dale Jr. Everyone is yelling at me for Matt Crafton replay, so we'll pause this just before the restart and go back and see what happened to Crafton on that on the race back under caution. And it looks like the driver is your race leader, Jeff Burton. Matt Crafton, that's 31. He's just trying to stay up there, trying to keep in this battle with the lappers. And Jeff Burton's going to run into the back of the 31 and spins him just like David Stremme did down the front straightaway. That's what happened to Matt Crafton. Coming back now. Let's go ahead and get us back to the green flag here, back with Jeff Burton. And coming down, we are halfway through this event. There you see Scott Wimmer, Kevin Harvick are the two leading us down. There's 10 lap cars ahead of this, and they're all trying to stay on this lead lap. They can get it back if they stay ahead of Jeff Burton and the rest of the race leaders here. But Burton out in front, Gordon all over the back of him. Mark Martin third, but now Bobby Labonte in that 18 is going to dive down, looking to move with the lap cars up into this race lead. There is Tony Stewart. He just came down pit road. Now he's back in the mix with some fresher tires, but it's Jeff Burton in the 99 leading this race with all those lappers in front of him. Jeff Green now going to get his lap back. Dale Jarrett almost into the side of Ricky Rudd. Rudd all the way up the track, so that 88. Look at Jarrett just bobbing and weaving out of traffic. Michael Waltrip ducks down pit road. But Burton in the race lead. Gordon second. Martin having to fight Bobby Labonte for third. Now Matt Kenseth trying to capitalize. Look at Shauna Robinson in this 51 inside the top 10. Now going to dive to the inside. That is for position on Scott Riggs. What a day for competitive edge racing. And now she is inside the top 10 looking to get them money for CER. Now Stewart and Kenseth, they could be the battle for the race win if they keep doing this, but now Jeff Burton starting to pull back around. Jeff Green, Martin Truex Jr., the lap car is trying to stay between them. Now they go 3 wide. Tony Stewart and Kenseth getting aggressive to pass these guys who did not come down to pit last time by. Bobby Labonte clear into that second position. Jeff Burton tries to clear himself. Nothing there. Now Matt Kenseth is going to get himself into the third position, and these lappers are definitely shaking up the field, but now Jeff Burton's going to be the one pulling away. Martin Truex Jr. going to get into the back of the Petty Enterprises number 43. These guys are just fighting for a position back about 25th. But you see up in front, Rudd, Mayfield, Wimmer, Waltrip, Sauter, Boris said, Dale Jarrett, those guys all looking to stay on the lead lap if a caution can come out. 3 wide further back, Shauna Robinson is making an aggressive move in that 51 to the inside of Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon. Don't say that she's talentless, because here she goes up inside, now looking for a top 5 run. Further ahead, Joe Gibbs racing side by side, but Shauna Robinson is moving in this 51 car. Kevin LePage failed to qualify for 5 of the first 6 races. Shauna Robinson qualified for both of them, and now she's inside the top 10 at Martinsville. What a run for this 51 team. Right now, your race leader still is Jeff Burton. He's trying to work around Ricky Rudd. Back in second now is Matt Kenseth. Third is Bobby Labonte. Fourth, Tony Stewart. Fifth is Shauna Robinson, with Johnson 6th, Martin 7th, Sadler 8th, Gordon 9th, and Scott Riggs staying inside this top 10. Now Jimmy Johnson just going to dive straight under that 51. Don't think Shauna will be able to run this entire race up front. Mark Martin might have got a piece of her there, but now down the back straightaway, Shauna is going to be able to clear herself into 6th. She could get back to the inside. So what a run by this 51. Let's hope she could continue on. Roush Racing, it looks like just like Rockingham, it could be a Roush duel for the race lead. Jeff Burton in front, and Matt Kenseth sitting just a little bit behind. Bobby Labonte third, Tony Stewart fourth, Johnson now fifth. Shauna Robinson getting held up by lap cars now. Elliott Sadler moves himself into that sixth position. Shauna now. But look at Elliott Sadler again. Robert Yates Racing has had a pretty lackluster season. Dale Jarrett has the one pole. Sadler's had two good runs, but now the 38 car back down to the inside on Jimmy Johnson. He's up into the top five, so give that Robert Yates entry of Elliott Sadler some power rankings in this field this season. Tony Stewart is back into third. This 20 car very strong out in front, but not that strong in the traffic. He's going to have to move some people, but Jeff Burton out in front. Let's go ahead through the field here at Martinsville to talk about each of these top 10 drivers. Jeff Burton in the 99. His team, SKF, is on the verge of leaving the 99 team and leaving the sponsorship on that car based on how slow Jeff Burton has been all season long. The 99 team has been the worst of the Roush Racing entries, and he's trying to change that today. He was leading at Bristol before he got caught up in one of the big ones, and that took him out of the race. Right now at Martinsville, he's leading it, but does he have the fuel and tires to make it the entire way? Survey says no. Matt Kenseth in second. He is hungry for a win. He was close multiple times this season, and now he is charging after Jeff Burton. The Roush Racing entries have been the ultimate powerhouse, the scariest drivers this season. Matt Kenseth close to wins. Mark Martin had the best average starting position for a while. Kurt Busch, the only driver with 2 wins so far this season. Matt Kenseth now right on the back of Jeff Burton. He's going to get to the inside. Burton's tires are giving up on him. Side by side for the race lead. This is Matt Kenseth's time. Drag race down the front straightaway. 39 to go. And give that race lead now to Matt Kenseth. And that 17 team Jeff Burton's going to drop into second. Tony Stewart in third. The 20 team was up front for most of the early part of this race. He had to go down pit road, and a few drivers stayed back. Battle for the race lead again. Jeff Burton looking back to the inside. We'll get to Tony Stewart in a minute, as we now have a heated battle with amongst the lappers for the race lead. Now Kenseth gets shoved all the way out, and Jeff Burton's going to take the lead back once more. Now Kenseth with another crossover. I think he's going to have to put at least 1 or 2 lap cars in between him and Burton to keep Burton from fighting back, but Kenseth will take the race lead once again. Now Jeff Burton in that 99. Will he make the move? He dives it in, and now Boris Said is going to get up and move out of the way. Some kind racing by Boris Said, but Matt Kenseth, it looks like, will be able to keep and take this race lead heading on through. But as we said, Tony Stewart in that 20 car, he was up front all race long. He's had a struggling season until race 3, and now he's been one of the top contenders, looking for a championship here this season in that number 20. Jimmy Johnson in 4th. Last week was the first time Hendrick finished 1-2 this season, and Hendrick cars finished in 1st or 2nd. It was Jimmy Johnson coming up with the ladder, though, sitting in 2nd behind teammate Jeff Gordon at the end of Texas. Johnson is looking for that first win this season and looking to put himself as a championship contender. Back in 5th, Elliott Sadler, Robert Yates Racing, with a bit of a struggle to start off this season, but he is up here in that 5th position, making some moves. A great run by this 38 team so far this race, looking to get that first win for Robert Yates Racing after 2 scary flips in 2003. Everyone thought that Elliott would have been injured. He might not have stepped back into a car, but he has, and he's up here battling for a race win. Back in 6th, the battle for 6th is Bobby Labonte. Kurt Busch is going to move him out of the way. Look at Shauna Robinson trying to capitalize as these guys battle for 5th. For 6th, 7th, and 8th. Kurt Busch getting aggressive with the Joe Gibbs Racing entry, and Bobby Labonte, it looked like, might have tried to get back to him. Shauna Robinson in that 51 just waiting in the wings, but these 3 drivers looking for some good finishes today, with Jeff Gordon sitting 9th, and there's Mark Martin in that 10th position. The rest of the field, you could just see how they're running. A lot of lap cars mixed in between these guys. There you see Michael Waltrip. He was one of the cars that was at the back or at the front of this pack while he was leading, coming back to the restart. He's back up in this battle. There's Kevin Harvick, Rusty Wallace, but Matt Kenseth is now your race leader and is pulling away in that 17 car. 30 laps to go at Martinsville. We haven't had one all race long. Let's go ahead and get us a short track. Crank it up. So after that bit of action there, a couple cars were making some big moves side by side. Battle for second. Jeff Burton's tires starting to leave him. Jimmy Johnson pitted under that last caution. He might be able to make it to the end. He's looking for that second position now on Jeff Burton. Matt Kenseth has launched out to 3.8 seconds away in this 17, and now Kenseth is starting to pull away, but the battle now for second starting to heat up. You see Jeff Burton, Jimmy Johnson, Stewart's dropped to the 5th position. You see him trying to pass Boris Said there. Elliott Sadler in 4th, so that is going to be a 4-car battle up there for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Could be a great race between those guys. Kurt Busch is clear into the 6th position. Shauna Robinson now fighting Bobby Labonte. That's for 7th. So a top 10 for this 51 team. What a day Shauna Robinson has been having. We've talked about her a lot. Of course, the only female in the Cup Series so far this season. It's a great, great run for the 51 and everything. Caution is out. This shakes up everything. Matt Kobaluk on pit road. Scott Riggs with some heavy damage. John Andretti. Ooh, what was that? John Andretti might have an issue as well. But it's Scott Riggs in the 10 car with some damage, and he was at the back. Caution, breed cautions. But what will happen here? Will these guys come down for pit stops? What will go on? Let's go ahead and get it. Jeez, John Andretti. We'll go ahead and get a replay of this crash and see what happened to bring out this caution. But let's go ahead, make sure we see if anyone goes down pit road. Matt Kobaluk was ahead of the leaders that time beforehand, so it looks like Kobaluk will be getting back in front of the pace car and getting back to the back of the field. And everyone, it looks like, should be staying out. Maybe pit road is closed. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that as they come around this time, I guess. No, pit road is open. The green flag was out. Now Kobaluk's going to have to wait up behind the pace car, so I don't think he knows what he's doing. Let's go ahead and get you guys back to the green flag. Or let's get you guys to the replay, actually, of this caution before we get you back to the green flag here at Martinsville. Michael Waltrip in that 15, he was moving his way back up as he was back on the lead lap, but it looks like he gets too aggressive with Scott Riggs, and once again, turn 4 being the trouble corner with the bumpers, spins that 10 around. Caution is out, so Scott Riggs goes around in that 10 car. We'll go ahead and get you guys back to the green flag. Maybe we'll see one more caution. Maybe we'll just go back racing and green till the end, but it should be entertaining. Matt Kenseth's lead erased. Let's go ahead and see what will happen in the closing laps of Martinsville. Jeff Green, Kevin Harvick both pulling it down pit road. Looks like that's all pulling down pit road. Jeff Gordon trying to pull out a line and pass some people already. Looks like his Robbie Gordon comments are just so. Matt Kenseth right now out in front. Let's go ahead. We'll just let the pace car roll on down, and we'll talk about these drivers. Matt Kenseth, he stayed out under the last caution when everyone came down to pit as well. Jeff Burton stayed out, but Jimmy Johnson, he came in. So did Tony Stewart. So did Kurt Busch. And I believe Bobby Labonte. Shauna Robinson did as well. This could be big for Shauna today. Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, a lot of these guys did stay out under that last caution. You see, Jamie McMurray, he's up in 11th. Matt Kraft in 12th, could be big there. Junior 13th, Terry Labonte 14th. 15th, Casey Kane. He started in the 39th position today. Had to point his way in. The rookie sensation in that number 9, he's up front in this battle still. And then further back is also Scott Riggs. He's the last car on the lead lap. But now we will be going back to the green flag. The lap cars. The lap car line are going to line back up on the inside with Matt Kobaluk, the one in the 09, leading them all. We will have 20 laps to go when we go back racing here at Martinsville. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be aggressive. Who's going to come out of this race with the win? Coming around to 20 laps to go. Kobaluk, Jarrett on the inside. They are both laps down. Matt Kenseth, Rusty Wallace. Wallace is actually a lap down. Why is he even up here? We don't know, but he will be separating him and Jeff Burton. Green flag is back in the air. Can Kobaluk hold Matt Kenseth up and allow Jeff Burton to jump on down? He will. Now, Kobaluk dives to the inside of Kenseth, looking for a lap back. Jeff Burton being held up by Rusty Wallace. Drag race down the back straightaway. Kobaluk's car not fast enough. Kenseth clear into the race lead. Jimmy Johnson dives down to the inside. He's going to try to use the lap cars as a pick on Jeff Burton. Could Hendrick get up there and fight the Roush dominance that has been plaguing this race? Kurt Busch now looking to the inside on Tony Stewart and Elliott Sadler. Contact caution once again. Scott Wimmer's going to get turned. Kurt Busch is into the inside wall, back up into the traffic, and into Shauna Robinson in the 51. Shauna gets some damage from that. Scott Wimmer, Kurt Busch get together, racing back to the line. Kevin Harvick is down pit road. Tony Raines as well has some damage, as well as Jeff Green, and that changes everything. Oh my gosh, everyone's going to stack it on up, just like Martinsville. These guys don't know how to pace around. Bunching distance, I don't know what I can do. The turns here are just too sharp. But we'll go ahead and see everything that has happened under this restart, and we'll get you guys back for another green flag restart here at Martinsville. Let's go ahead and see what happened. And it is Tony Raines off of turn 4 once again, so count that as, I think, the 6th caution, and it is Michael Waltrip again. Waltrip is getting very aggressive. He's in the 34th position, and you see Waltrip in that 15. He's going to dive to the inside of Tony Raines now and puts the 33. No, it was Dale Jr. and Terry Labonte getting together. It wasn't even those guys. It was drivers on the lead lap fighting each other. So DEI really getting aggressive. Let's go on board with Terry Labonte to see what happened with this number 5. And you see they're 2 and 3 wide ahead. It's just a traffic jam. And now Terry Labonte's just going to run into the back of Junior, and he just turns him right into Tony Raines. So Raines gets the brunt end of that. Terry Labonte drives off, and Dale Jr. also in the wall. That's some issues between those guys. Terry Labonte and the Hendrick team, they've been struggling today, but not as bad as Brian Vickers, who is not left in this race. Now, let's take a look and see what happened up here between Kurt Busch and Scott Wimmer as they come around. Wimmer is 20th in this race. Still a pretty good run for Bill Davis Racing, but some damage to that 22 car. You see, they're just going to try to pace back around the 22, and of course, they all got to kind of stack up together. Now, Kurt Busch is going to rub into Sterling Marlin. They're going to spread out. Now, let's see what happens here. No, that was before they started pacing together. Okay. So, Scott Wimmer in the 22. He goes wide, very wide, and Elliott Sadler is going to run right into the back of him. Let's slow this down coming off of the corner. But Sadler runs into the back of Scott Wimmer. They're going to hook together right down into Kurt Busch in that 97 car. Kurtz and Wimmer just kind of floor it into the inside wall. 2 major hits on the driver's side in there, but it looks like they're okay. Kurt just comes shooting back up, and he's going to run right in front of Shauna Robinson. Shauna tried to stop, but it was too late. She's going to have some damage, but again, Martinsville, the arrow not too big. That's why you see the 51 up here. But we'll have to see if they will be able to continue on in this race. Let's get back to the green flag here at Martinsville. So as they pace around, it is Matt Kenseth in the race lead. 2nd is Jeff Burton. 3rd, Jimmy Johnson. 4th, Elliott Sadler. 5th, Tony Stewart. 6th is Bobby Labonte. 7th, Kurt Busch. Shauna Robinson staying out here in 8th. 9th is now Mark Martin, and 10th, Jeff Gordon. Cars are going to line back up on the inside. So now Jeff Burton going to be right back behind his teammate once again. We'll see what kind of corner entry it will be into turn 1, but it should be hectic. You also got Matt Kobaluk. Kobaluk is multiple laps down, so his race essentially is over. But a lot of cars laps down. The last car in the lead lap is Scott Riggs in the 16th position. So that's 16 cars still having pretty much a chance at this. Matt Kenseth, Jeff Burton out in front. Jimmy Johnson, Elliott Sadler right behind him, and Tony Stewart round out the top 5. Coming around to take the green flag once again. 13 to go. Green flag's in the air, and Kenseth with the early jump. Kobaluk, though, he tried, but it's not going to work. Now Jeff Burton making a move. Tony Stewart has been roughing Elliott Sadler up all race long. Jeff Burton trying to get through. Matt Kobaluk not going to let him. Now Burton dives down to the inside, and Kobaluk throwing the block. That's not how you make friends here in these 2 short track races. They started out pretty well for Kobaluk. His debut start and a 2nd here at Martinsville, and now he's just holding up some of the contenders once again. Burton all over the back of that 02 car. And now he's really trying to get him, but Matt Kenseth has launched away at this point. Jimmy Johnson clearing to 3rd. He's going to make a move. touches the back of that 99. So they're side by side. Caution is out once again. And this one is important because the lap cars will line up single file with the rest of the field, and that's going to be big for Matt Kenseth's chances. Greg Biffle in the 16 looks like the one that got spun around. David Stremme with heavy damage, so the 41 again will not finish a race, will not earn points. Scott Wimmer in the 22, he was gotten spun once again, so craziness here at Martinsville. And you see they're going to do their 4-wide short track salute in the middle of the race. Shauna Robinson up to 6. This could be a great day for him, but Matt Kenseth knows Matt Kobaluk's going to be between Jeff Burton and himself. This could be big for these final 10 laps. Now let's take a look and see what happened as they just come to a complete stop here on the backstretch. I guess red flag? I don't know. But Greg Biffle, let's see what happened to this 16 car. He runs kind of into the back of Johnny Andretti there. Is it Michael Waltrip again? Could this be the third incident? No, Brendan Gaughan gets spun around by Scott Riggs further up. That's what the issue was. So Brendan Gaughan getting spun around by Scott Riggs is what happened. Gaughan in that 77, he's just right in front of Scott. Scott's on the lead lap inside the top 16, and it looks like he was just trying to get past him, so Brendan Gaughan goes around. The 77 team, just a slight slide, and Brendan Gaughan in that 77, the damage, the heartbreak of this season, continuing. Let's go ahead and get back to the green flag here at Martinsville. Hopefully, for the last time, we'll go green this race. Lights on the pace car have gone out. We will go back racing with 6 laps to go. Matt Kenseth leads with Matt Kobaluk, the lapper, in between them. Jeff Burton and Jimmy Johnson still pretty hungry. They all are within a shot. You see further back, Elliott Sadler not really in this. Neither is Tony Stewart. Shauna Robinson up in the 6th position. Kurt Busch 7th. Bobby Labonte 8th. Jeff Gordon 9th. Mark Martin 10th. Crafton 11th. McMurray 12th. 13th is Terry Labonte, 14th Casey Kane, 15th Dale Jr., 16th Scott Riggs. That's everyone on the lead lap. Coming on down, we're going to get the green flag. Can Jeff Burton, Jimmy Johnson get up there and stop Matt Kenseth? Coming back into the green flag, and we're back racing once again at Martinsville. 6 to go in the Advanced Auto Parts 500, and Jeff Burton trying to race no time getting down there. Dale Jarrett pushes the 48 right up the track, and now Jeff Burton is going to be the only one to catch the 17. Kobaluk is so slow, already holding up the 99, and now Burton going to get to the inside of Kobaluk. A caution from now on to the end will end this race, so let's hope for a green flag right to the end. Elliott Sadler up to 4th, side by side for 5th, Shauna Robinson and Tony Stewart. Can she get her first career top 5 with Competitive Edge Motorsports? And they are on the inside. The battle for 5th is getting big. Down into the corner, Tony Stewart in the 20 team. We are still green. Jeff Burton nowhere near Matt Kenseth. Terry Labonte on pit road. Tony Stewart's going to dive back to the inside of Shauna. Tony does not want to give up this top 5 run. Kurt Busch in the 97 dropping back. Bobby Labonte is falling into the clutches. Jamie McMurray looking for a top 10. But let's get back up there. Johnson has passed Matt Kobaluk. 3 to go at Martinsville. But it doesn't matter. Kenseth has launched away. And Jeff Burton is now just losing time. Caution is out. That will be the end. And Matt Kenseth, as long as he can make it around, will win this race at Martinsville. Kenseth is up there, and it's Ward Burton in the 0 car that goes around once again here at the Martinsville Speedway. And Matt Kenseth can start celebrating in that car now. As long as he does not run out of fuel, which shouldn't happen, he will be able to finish this one in front. Last week at Texas, it was a Hendrick 1-2 with Gordon and Johnson. This week it will be Matt Kenseth and Jeff Burton up front, and Jeff Burton in that 99 might have just secured him some more spots, some more time in this Roush Racing entry in that 99, coming up just short of the win. But it is Shauna Robinson in that 51. She just lost it to Stewart at the end, but a 6th place run is in the books as long as the car can finish. What a day for Competitive Edge Motorsports. They could be the big winners today, making so much time. Kurt Busch is getting a little angry at her, I guess. Runs right into the back of her. For the rest of the field going around, let's take a look at what happened to Ward Burton, and we'll get you guys the end of this race. Maybe Michael Waltrip again. The 0 car is up in front of Waltrip, And coming off of the corner, yeah, Waltrip just hooks him around. So Waltrip, that is his third contact with the rear bumper to someone. Ward Burton, the one that goes around that time. Now, we will go ahead and get you guys back to the finish here at Martinsville with just one lap to go for Matt Kenseth to win. Jimmy Johnson, second and third the last 2 weeks. It's been a great turnaround for Hendrick and Lowe's. Elliott Sadler going to come home fourth and Tony Stewart fifth. Shauna Robinson looking for that sixth position. Kurt Busch seventh. Eighth, Bobby Labonte. Ninth, Jamie McMurray right at the end. And 10th, Jeff Gordon. 11th, Mark Martin. 12th is Matt Crafton. 13th is where is 13th? Casey Kane is 13th. Dale Jr. 14th. Scott Riggs 15th. That will be a great finish there, but coming off of the corner, it is the number 17 and Matt Crafton, Roush's third win this season. Kenseth takes it at Martinsville. Coming across the line just to confirm, Shauna Robinson will bring it home in the 6th position. But congratulations to Roush Racing and Matt Kenseth. Roush finishes 1st, 2nd, 7th, 11th, and the 16, the big loser today. Greg Biffle finishing so far back in the 33rd position, but that was because of damage. Ward Burton, what are they doing? We don't know. They're all having fun down there in turn number 1, but Matt Kenseth is going to be able to bring these guys back down pit road. Thank you guys for tuning in for a long 50 minutes, 100 laps at Martinsville to deal with my commentary. But however, I hope it was a great race. Congratulations to Matt Kenseth and Roush Racing and to Shauna Robinson's 51 team for coming home 6th today and making that big gain for a competitive edge racing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Point standings will be in the Discord. See you guys at the next one.